I remember falling in love with music when I was about 4 years old. I remember specifically the moment that it happened. It was somewhere between Cookie Monster when he sang this song that I had on my little tiny, like, play
C is for
school. Cookie? No, I left my cookie at the disco.
Oh. Well, now it all makes sense.
On the other side was It's Not Easy Being Green.
Oh, I love that song.
And so somewhere around that moment and kind of cross-sectioning with a teacher that I had that was really a big music lover and kind of encouraged us to do theater and songs, and I learned Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And that song crossed with Cookie Monster and It's Not Easy Being Green gave me my moment to kind of learn how to sing and see what it felt like. And it felt like this feeling I couldn't describe, and I still can't describe it now. The song that I wrote for Queen of Katwe. I said yes because I felt something very powerful at the end of the movie that I couldn't shake off. And so I knew that I related to that feeling.
Right.
And I knew that feeling was gonna arrive somewhere.
You could be the best in all of Uganda. Do you know what that would mean?
Now is the time, coach.
I've never been good at writing, like, topically. I've just never been good at it. I want to, in my mind. I'm like, wouldn't it be so interesting if I could just lay out a topic and then, just craft it perfectly? I've tried, but it's like, that's a really nice song that you wrote. But it doesn't feel that thing that sends you over the edge. In this particular case, it was interesting because I was already working on my album here. And for this album, it was actually encouraged by this kind of fit of rage that I personally had. And I needed to write down all the things that I was absolutely so sick of, and I was just so tired of myself doing these things and being a part of these things. I was just like outraged with my own self and the world all simultaneously, and I wrote it down, which I encourage everyone to do. Because I'd never done that before. I never even felt free enough to even acknowledge that or even take the time to put that into words before. I'd never done that before. And so when I did, it created kind of this list almost. And all these lists were things that provoked me in this really powerful way. That began this kind of place of writing that was new for me because it was specific to a topic, but it came from such a place that was personal that it was the first time I learned how to merge them together. Really, this kind of concept of oppression and this concept of like mental slavery has been really, really a personal thing I've been exploring. What happens when you're given a chance at life and how difficult that is for so many women around the world to really have the opportunity to be in that equal footing and that equal sitting. Here in America, anywhere, it's not much, it's different, varying degrees, but it's all the same.
You recently created a lot of news not wearing makeup in the traditional ways. And and this is a real statement.
You can't believe it. It's
well,
the craziest.
So I'm bringing it up. This became a thing. What has surprised you about the reaction to that?
I think there's a really ridiculously high, unrealistic standard of what beauty is. And it's heavy. It's heavy. It's hard. We're so, like, brainwashed, even as women, that we're like, it gets confusing. It gets really confusing as to what's inner beauty, what's outer beauty, what's the dance between the two? What is this conversation about? Do what feels good to you as a woman, as a human being. Like, express yourself. Like, that's the most important thing. Express yourself whatever way that looks. And don't judge each other so much. Be aware of the illusions, because there's a lot of illusions that are shown to us and given to us just as human beings. And we're not even talking about writing songs or being an artist or not being an artist. Like, as human beings, there's these illusions. There are things that are true, and there are things that are untrue, and there are things that are real, and there are things that are unreal. And I think in this world, we tend to live in a room full of illusions, of things that really aren't deepening you as a human being. It's like very superficial. It's very like on the surface layer. It's very shallow. It's very, just what you can see, as opposed to encouraging us to go deeper into our inner. How do we know who we are? How will we ever know who we are if we never are able to go deeper inside of ourselves and say like, that doesn't feel good. Why doesn't that feel good? That does feel good. Why does that, you know what I mean? Because we have so many things that we learn from other people. What's going on? I'm Alicia Keys. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos from The Hollywood Reporter.